Alright, so on example 7, you'll notice several fractions. So you have 1/2 in front of the 3b plus 8. You have a 3/4 and then a negative 1/2 on the other side of the equal sign. Again, good practice to highlight that equal sign so that you can see it and you don't lose it, which sounds kind of silly, but sometimes you'll lose track of where it went. So for this situation, when you have multiple fractions to deal with, I recommend putting the variable part that's next to the fraction that's being multiplied up top. Because this is a 1, it's the multiplicative identity, so it's not going to change anything here. So all of that to say, if you put the 3b plus 8 on top, all over 2 plus 3 over 4 equals, and I'm going to put the negative on top with the 1 over 2. Now when you have several fractions on either side of the equal sign, instead of just multiplying by the denominator, we're going to use a different approach. Notice this denominator is 2, this is 4, and this is 2. So we want to think of what's called the least common denominator between 2, 4, and then 2 again. This is a number that all the denominators can multiply up to. And so 2, you can make a list if you're first getting used to it. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. You can probably do this in your head. 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to do one more. 2 times 4 is 8. So these are all the things, and there's more, of course, that 2 can multiply to. If you do the same thing with 4, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. I'll do it one more time. 4 times 4 is 16. You are looking for the smallest number that's on that list that they both have. So you see 4 is on this list, and 4 is on that list. You also see 8 is on this list, and 8 is on this list. So those are both common multiples between 2 and 4. And the least common denominator is the smallest of those. Let me write in a better color, which is 4. So the LCD between 2 and 4 is 4. Once you know that number, you're going to multiply each fraction, each term, in this case all the terms are fractions, by whatever it takes to make the denominator 4. So we're just looking at the bottom. 2 times what is 4? The answer is 2. So we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. Here, this is 4. This is already 4, so it matches. You can just kind of put a check. You don't have to multiply by anything. Or you can multiply by 1, but we know that doesn't change anything. And over here, we have a 2. We need it to be a 4. So we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. Now this step can get a little messy, especially if you have a lot of terms. But doing this makes the denominators all match. So now we have 4, 4, and 4. What we can do now is clear the denominators. Now I'm going to write this. You don't have to write this part. I usually don't. I'm just going to show you one time why it's okay to clear the denominators. Let me write this a little bit neater here. 2 times 3b plus 8 over 4 plus 3 over 4 equals, I'm going to multiply those together, over 4. Now this is why we can clear the denominators, because if I take this whole equation and multiply all of it by 4, doing that is going to get rid of all those denominators. They're all going to divide off, because if I distribute that 4 and multiply all the tops by 4 and then divide them all by 4, it's going to get back to what they originally were. So that process is clearing the denominators. You do not need to show me this step. I just wanted to explain why, that once you get all the denominators to match, you can clear the denominator and be done with it. So now I'm just going to focus on the numerator. I'm going to distribute that 2. So that's going to be a 6b plus 16 plus 3 equals negative 2. I can put the 16 and the 3 together by combining like terms. So 6b plus 19. Make sure your 6 and your b look different. Sometimes that can be tough. Equals negative 2. And then I will move the 19 over here. It's going to give me 6b equals negative 21. And then divide both of them by 6. Divide by 6. So b equals, now negative 21 does not divide by 6 nicely. So I'm going to reduce that. I'm going to divide them both by 3. And that should give me negative 7 over 2. So b equals negative 7 over 2. It's okay to get a fraction for a solution. Alright, so that's a little bit more involved. And that's again when you have multiple fractions going on here. You want to find an LCD between all of them. Make a list if you need to. Then you're going to multiply each term by whatever it takes to make that denominator. Once you know all the denominators are the same, you can clear them and you can focus on the numerator. So from here, I just worked it out over here, and then I solved it like a linear equation without any fractions. So if you feel comfortable, go ahead and try. You try 7. I know that was a lot. So if you want to watch me again, that does make sense. But always try it on your own just to see how far you can get on your own, and then you can play it back and see. So feel free to pause at any time and try it before you watch me do it. Here we have 1/3 times 2m minus 1 plus 5/9 equals 4/3. We have lots of fractions going on. So I'm going to put that 2m minus 1 up top with the 1. That's going to give me 2m minus 1 all divided by 3 plus 5 over 9 equals 4 over 3. The easiest way that I think to solve these is to come up with an LCD between 3 and 9. A good LCD is 9. And then we're going to multiply each term by whatever it takes to make the denominator 9. And each term on both sides of the equal sign. Everybody has to get the same denominator. So this is a 3. I want it to be a 9, so I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3. This is a 9. I want it to be a 9. We're good. This is a 3. I want it to be a 9, so I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3. Now you can just visually check. That's going to be 9, 9, and 9, so I can clear it. Clear the denominator. As soon as they're all the same, you're done with it. Clear the denominator. So I'm just going to focus on the top. I'm going to distribute that 3. The 5 is still a 5, and I'm going to multiply that out. So it's going to give me 6m minus 3 plus 5 equals 12. We'll combine like terms here. I'm writing a little big. 6m plus 2 equals 12. Move the 12. So after I combine like terms, I move. I'm sorry, not the 12, the 2. You don't want to move the 12 because that's the only thing on that side of the equal sign. You don't want to have it be lopsided. Always make sure there's something on both sides of the equal sign. I don't think I said that earlier. Keep it balanced. Something on both sides. So now we have 6m from here. 6m equals 10. And our last step is to divide. And m equals, now 10 over 6 does not divide, but it does reduce. But to 5 over 3. So m is 5 over 3. Alright, I'm going to stop there. We will do 2.2 in class on Wednesday. But that kind of gives you a big introduction to solving equations, even down to the more complex ones with fractions.